here. Okay. So we should be go. All right, Air Guitar version 2.0 with new versions of Stretchsense gloves, UWB platform, and Realsesne to kind of give me my emulation of an effects foot pedal that most guitarists need. So first we'll start with the guitar. Obviously it would be set up like this. My left hand is, as a guitarist would, picks chords that give me my 5 notes. Usually there's 6, but I've only got 5 fingers. So right here I've got 5 chords or 5 notes available to me based on which finger I choose. So this is one set, this is another set, and another set. Very boring, sounds really lame, but that's because there's no effects cabinet on it. So as soon as I activate my effects, yeah, now we're talking, you know. Well, it's still getting there, it's still a bit jumpy, but you get the idea. So that's one way of having basically the chords, the notes be available based by finger position. So now, as I move into another zone on the UWB platform, I now have my, as you can hear, a full strumming chord. And it's changing based on. So that's pretty fun. Obviously you can pick a key and just start strumming along with yourself, and if we want a little bit more intense, with the bends in there. So you get it. It's pretty fun, pretty easy, and just essentially now we've got the elements working, and it's a lot of practice to do, and more sounds, so more to come. So I've got. So pretty cool, fun stuff, and that may bring you into the VR world that we've also got going to make this a intriguing all-round story. So as you can see, the data says I have a Strat solo instrument. Obviously we can make that into a very cool looking burning guitar, but we also have my hand data coming in, the rotation, and then as I walk on the stage, stay on the screen there, you'll notice that it's now Strat chords. So we're back to the chord preset that I was before, and that kind of shows you how we would help visualize if I was in the VR environment. I wouldn't need to know where I'm standing on the stage. I would just be able to interact with my virtual reality environment, and that's.
All right, so let's take a look at what the virtual environment's going to look like and how it's going to help me perform based on the data that I'm getting in real time. So as you can see, it's mimicking the Dragonfly and my 2 hands. Each hand has a bunch of data sets around it, which are specific to the finger bends and the wrist rotation. So those kind of follow the hands around. And as I bend my fingers, you'll see that the circles are filling up. So that's really helpful for performing. And then the other thing is those 3 hexagons, they kind of represent the XYZ above the Realsesne camera. So my X-axis, my Y, my height, and then my Z, which is, you know, away from me or towards me. And that's really helpful in knowing immediately the top hexagon will change color based on the zone I'm in. The middle hexagon will fill up kind of like a glass of water, depending on my threshold, how high I can go. And that immediately gives me feedback as, oh, am I in the center of the range or at top or bottom? And then the bottom hexagon tells me my my Z-plane, which is towards me or away from me. And that we haven't assigned a graphic for that yet, but everything is there. And this could essentially, you know, we're firing lasers or something at what could be musical notes. If you were playing like a Guitar Hero sort of thing, it would, when you bend your fingers or bend your notes, you could try and time it with the music that's happening. So just early days, but we have all the stuff, all the data coming out and reading out, and now it's just a matter of letting our imaginations go wild and coming up with a really cool interactive experience.